that children are the future. I always say that. Let them say, treat them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride and make it easy. Let the children's laughter remind us of our youth. My name is Mae Davis. I moved from the Bronx to Spring Valley in 1969.
What brought you to Spring Valley?
My husband's job in construction. Rockland County and Spring Valley was like country, and they was just starting to evolve with more houses and more people.
And what was your occupation?
I was a security person, the first security person in East Ramapo in 1970. And most of the kids were Italian, Jewish, very few blacks. I say no more than maybe 300 or more, maybe 5. No Chinese, no Hispanic. And it was over 2,000 kids in that building. Now think about the percentage wise of what you have.
What were the students like?
They were not bad. They were rich. Now, I don't want to say, but they were a mob too. But they were rich kids, and the black kids that was going to school there, a lot of them parents was well off, some of them. But most of them came from the hill in Spring Valley. And between Ramapo High School and Spring Valley High School, most of those kids came from the hill. So it was always never level, And we had 3 principals. We had a principal, an assistant principal. Mr. Penn was the first black principal in the whole district. He was black. 2 black teachers, male, science teachers at Ramapo High School back in the 70s. Everybody else was white. Everybody. And like I said, I was the only black woman in the whole building. There wasn't even a black person in the cafeteria. Hello? But in those days, I had a purpose, just being me. I wasn't running no club or nothing like that, but just being me, and the kids respected me. When they was getting ready to act a little stupid, they turn around and say, "Oh, there go Ms.Mae. You could learn from me, and I definitely could learn from you. And we're going to have a good time being in the ladies' club. I'll respect you." I said, number 1, I'm going to respect you first. And then after that, I demand respect. And from that day forward, about a month later, I got a call on my radio from Mr. Brown. "Ms. Davis, could you come down to my office?" I said, "Oh Lord, what I done?" He said, "Close the door." Close the door. He said, "I just came from downtown, the superintendent's office." I said, "Yeah." I said, what that got to do with me?" He says, "I had a meeting with the teachers union, with the PTA." I said, "What that got to do with me?" He said, they were saying, "How can I teach kids? How can I be like a psychiatrist? How can I guide them into anything when I don't have no papers or whatever?" I started crying. He said, "Don't cry." I said, "So what did you say, Mr. Brown?" He said he looked over there at the superintendent. He said, "Dr. Anderson, who's in charge of Pomona Middle School?" He said, "You are." He said, "Don't you trust in me that I would do the right thing for the kids and the staff and everybody?" He said, "Yeah." He said, so what's the problem? And he looked at the PTA people and all of them. One of them said, well, it just looked like it's all for black kids, black girls. He said, ain't nobody never said that white girls couldn't join now. This is what he said. He said, if they want to join, they're welcome. Right? So then the monies came up. And the teachers union said, well, she can't get paid on our teacher thing because she's not a teacher and she's, So Mr. Brown says, I don't believe she'd do it for the money. That's not a problem with her. She'd do it because she cared. So then after that meeting, Mr. Brown looked at me. He said, Ms. Davis, he said, I'll pay you. And he did. At the end of the year, he gave me a check. The first thing I did, I went to my assistant principal, Mrs. Rosenfeld, at that time. And I said, Mrs. Rosenfeld, I said, listen, I said, because the guidance counselor used to tell kids, oh, you don't need to go to college. They used to do that. Oh, yeah. Or, that's not for you, this and that. But the kids used to come back and tell me. I said, I know about BOCES. I said, could you help me out? I want to get some of the people from BOCES to come here. She hooked me up, all the people that was at BOCES, all those teachers and stuff, and they even brought stuff with them. And we had that, right? Oh, Lord, it makes me think about really, you may be making me really go back. They came, the girls, and they went to the tables and found out how, but you have to be in 11th grade, to get into BOCES. But they knew then that there was something that they could get into instead if they don't want to go to college, right? Okay, that was my number one thing I did. After that one, I went to Ms. Rosenfeld. I said, Ms. Rosenfeld, I said, I'd like to take these kids to college. She said, you would? I said, yeah. She said, what college would you want to go to? I said, not too far, New Paltz. So they set me up. I had some other people to come with me. And we had a wonderful day. They showed them how it feels to be in college and this and that and da-da-da. That was the number. I did so many things. I took kids to Broadway shows, right, because it taught me, even when I walk out this door, you ain't never seen me look ugly, did you? Even when I walk out this door, I'm going to have on something nice. Now, I don't wear clothes in the house. I love my lounging. That's who I am. I got plenty of these. I don't like wearing pants and that, And she taught me that. So I gave that to the girls. I said to them, I told them that little story. I said, look at you over there. Everybody turned around, thought I was talking about them. Right? I said, I'm not talking about you. I said, but remember this. When you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, smell good, and look good. Because when you look good, sometimes good things happen when you look good. And they would say, oh, Ms.Mae. They say, oh, Ms.Mae, I knew you had something smart to say. I said, but it's true. I said, you ever see me coming here looking ugly? No. That's what I want for you. I said, because, and at this particular time, that language that I had to use when it came to black girls, in those days, especially my days, you couldn't wear red if you were my color, dark as I am. Oh no, you can't wear red. But now all of y'all can wear red, purple, green, any color you want and look fantastic and look lovely. So you wear it, because I already went the way where I couldn't do that. Okay? But you guys can do that. But don't get stupid with it now. I was a few years older than you. They said, you was? I said, yeah. I said, but you know what? Thank you. They said, why? For respecting me. And they did. And even to this day, I can't go nowhere. There's a lot of people that's living right here used to be my kids. You know? But what I'm trying to say is that it's a wonderful thing, it's a wonderful feeling that the memory that they have of me was beautiful. And I mean, how many people can say that about their life? How many people can say, that's how come I know the devil been trying to kill me, and he always trying to interfere with certain things that I be trying to do. I'm telling you the truth. This, what's going on right now, is supposed to happen. When you go home tonight, do me a favor. Because see, I'm a praying person. When you go home tonight, ask God, hey God, what I just experienced, what do you want me to do with this? Ask him. I'm not afraid. I'm ready. Somebody has to do it. Somebody got to step outside. Step outside of all of this. Not just for blacks, but for all of us. And these children. Somebody has to do this. And if it's, Lord, if I have to do it. When God has a purpose in your life, and I believe this is my purpose. This is it for me. But I believe I can make a difference. I do believe that. And God brought y'all in my life for a reason. So you can make a difference. So you can carry on. So that you can find out who you really are and what you're supposed to do. Because you'll be here long after me, I guess. But we got to do something. We got to do something. Don't just sit there because it's not all right. It's not. It's not all right. And don't be afraid. Fear is what keeps people from doing things. Okay? Don't be afraid. As you walk out my house, I'm going to ask the good Lord to cover you with his blood that keeps the peace with you. You understand me?